When everything is silent, the real countdown begins. Not the countdown of clocks or calendars, the countdown of choice. Of whether you'll stay broken or rise like you never fell. Because when life doesn't give you answers, it gives you a mirror. You either shatter under the weight of your own doubts, or you use the cracks to reflect something stronger than ever before. Count down from 5. And stop explaining your pain. You've tried, haven't you? Tried to tell them how it feels to be overlooked. To be the one who stays silent in a loud world. But every time you opened your heart, they mistook it for weakness. So stop. Let the silence speak for you now. Let your actions write the chapters your voice never could. There's power in moving in silence. Because they will sense your return when no one is listening to your suffering. And stop begging to be understood. Count down from 4. You don't need approval to walk your path. You don't need a crowd to validate your dreams. Some roads were made for you to walk alone. Not because you're unworthy of company, but because solitude sharpens the soul. And in that solitude, you stop asking and start becoming. Count down from 3 and drop the mask. The one that smiles when you're dying inside, the one that says, "I'm fine," just to avoid the long conversations. You don't need to wear peas to protect others from your storm. You're allowed to feel it all. The hurt, the anger, the betrayal. But here's what makes you powerful. You feel all of it and still don't fold. Still rise. Show up even if no one is applauding. Count down from 2. And stop shrinking to fit the room. They said you were too quiet, too distant, too intense. In order to keep them comfortable, you turn down your fire. But your soul was never meant to be small. You're not here to be liked. You're here to leave a mark. To walk into a room and change its temperature without saying a word. Because presence isn't always loud. And take the leap. Sometimes it whispers and still commands attention. Count down from 1. You've waited long enough. Waited for support, for clarity. For someone to tell you it's your time. But greatness doesn't arrive with a warning bell. It begins the moment you stop waiting and start trusting. Trust the silence. Trust the scars. Trust the version of you that fought through everything, still chose to rise. Here's what they'll never understand. You weren't built by applause. We're built by nights of silence, mornings of doubt, and days where no one clapped, but you still showed up. That's what makes you different. That's what makes your life exceptional. So if no one's ever told you this before, I will. You are not ordinary. You are not here to just survive. You're here to make every second count. To live with meaning, with power, and with a silence that echoes louder than noise ever could. And if you've made it this far, if these words struck something real inside you, then this space, this tribe, this movement is yours. There's more where this came from. Stick around. For more videos, click the bell symbol, like and subscribe. Yes. Because warriors like you, they don't just watch the world change. They become the reason it does. Mind wisdom, where the quiet rise. And the strong stay unshaken.